but we'll intro you guys.
Doing it live.
We doing it live.
Hey, there it is.
There it is.
Gotta make it the right size and the right crop.
We doing it.
We done it live. I gotta shrink a size real quick.
Nice. Chat's on board with the Bill O'Reilly reference.
All right, that looks good.
It.
Yeah.
I think we got it. I think we got it.
All
good.
right. Yes.
Well then, we are going from vanilla Super Mario World to very much not. You guys
Are
donated
you sure
for
this is the same title screen?
This is the same title screen. Everything
I got
after
it.
this title screen is going to look very different. Y'all, you guys are in for a treat. This is Kaizo 3. This is going to be Lungfish and Dark9. I'm going to get out of the way and let the master cook. So, Lungfish, this one's all you, man.
All right. Thank
Good
you so
luck.
much. Oh, thank you so much. This is Lungfish3000. Dark, are you here?
I am here. This is Dark9.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me on commentary here. We're going to do Kaizo 3. We're going to do the 100% route, but because of an incentive, we're also going to do Hell and Heaven Cheeseless. So why don't we just get to it, right? Yeah, if anyone has those Lungfi Bowser emotes, let's see them. All right. Yeah, so Dark, if you have any questions about what's happening, just let me know, or if you want to chime in, do anything. Let's just keep this loose, keep this fun, keep me sane if I start to die a lot, so let's do this.
Imagine dying in Kaizo 3.
I know. It'll happen a few times, at least. Okay, so we get the lore showing Takemoto, even though the word didn't exist at the time in 2012, he's definitely an incel, considering this title screen, so... moving on from there, let's do this.
Alright, so this is Kaizo 3, which is the third in the series. The first two were released in 2007, and they were originally titled on YouTube Asshole Mario, going back to that old meme. This one was from 2012, and it really shows a lot more design from Takemoto. So
There, I
really
did it!
interesting
That's the game. I won. Oh, wait. Sorry. Sorry for interrupting.
Nah, it's all good. Just a little history of Kaizo 3. But it's amazing to see kind of how things have changed in the Kaizo Mario World series. And it's especially impressive that it spawned the love of Kaizo games that many of us have.
Hey, look at that. Oh.
Doing the thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I watched runs of this before I ever even started playing Kaizo, and I always liked that first level because of its sort of like a linear structure. Like, there's a lot of interesting design things in this game that, Takemoto doesn't get enough credit for, I think. But here we go.
Yeah,
Go on.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying, going on to Death Peak, get some ice action, and yeah. All right, there's death number 1. In the worst possible way. So what were you going to say, Dark?
Honestly, I don't remember what I was going to say. Something about how impressive it is, what Takemoto came up with in a lot of these games. I don't think that it's a particularly great representation of a lot of the ideas through Kaizo 1 through 3. But especially in this one, there are some really interesting design choices that would later get explored, possibly in slightly better ways.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's true avant-garde, where it's like, he was sent to the front line to, get a half-baked version first, and then everyone else continued it thereon. And that disco shell has been the bane of my existence the whole time I've been running this game. So
That's a tough
We'll do
disco
it again.
shell.
yeah, whenever you have that disco compression.
A lot of the trouble with disco shells is just having to mount them. A lot of times once you have mounted them in the correct setup, it's not too bad. That one in particular is very tricky to get on and not, throw yourself into a wall, throw yourself into a muncher, throw yourself into the purple drink, all those things.
Trying again. There we go. Oh my god.
Hey.
Shaking the cobwebs out, folks. Shaking the cobwebs out.
Yeah, and don't be fooled. This game is very difficult. A lot of things don't necessarily look terribly difficult, but they are. And they're often in very subversive, weird ways.
Yeah, Takemoto knew the game very well, so like even a jump like that is incredibly precise, case in point. And so yeah, he knew just finding the perfect spots to be as just cruel as possible. Okay, getting a little tilted. Okay. My my faux breathing exercises will work.
Is this any better as far as volume for me? Perfect. Apologies for that.
Oh, come on.
It seems that sound is the hardest thing in the world to put together sometimes.
Oh my god. Baby steps, folks.
Baby steps. Well, it is called Death Peak.
Yeah.
But one thing that's also interesting about this game is you notice that a lot of these levels are just on their own little subworlds. And it's very interesting that Takemoto created all of these little subworlds for these one levels. And the overworld in general is fairly impressive to me. Yeah, there is no green, there is no yellow, there is no red for me. It's all just through Discord, so I have to go kind of guess. But we starting up here. Like again, this part of the level and all these levels in general are very tight. They don't give you any sort of ability to make tiny mistakes, and it all adds up.
Yes, it does.
So you too can experience an echo. Yes, go to the donate page. Please experience the echo and help out a great cause. And I'm surprised and very happy that we met the incentives so fast.
Yeah, it's nice. We'll see if we ever get out of the first half of the second exit, but then after that we should be good.
You got this. You got this. You have a very easy level up next. Yeah. Oh, is the compressor working for that? That's good to know. Yeah, try that out if I'm too quiet.
Hey, there we go.
Yay!
I have reset so many times in this level.
Yeah, this is definitely a reset point, I think. You'll also notice that Lungfish is doing this scrolling. There are a lot of strategies for various parts of this game that use the screen scroll in interesting ways to make setups easier, to make setups more possible. And it's really interesting that Takemoto created a game with screen scroll that isn't completely broken by screen scroll, and in fact is made a little bit better in my eyes as a result.
Oh, thank God. That jump is always a nail biter. I've actually taken to switching to do the Ryukar like keyboard grip for that because like switching from spin to normal jump in that close of quarters can be a bit of a thumb biter. So, oof.
Really quick, guys, we got a $30 donation from Hank Sinatra.
Oh, nice.
Good luck, Lungfish.
Oh, thank you so much, Hank. Thank you for the donation.
Yes, thank you very much, Hank.
You know, I'm in Nabata no Sato now, so I can breathe a breath of fresh air.
Yep, very easy level. So this level is fascinating because it's this really, really long, really annoying auto-scroller.
This is a good example of what you were talking about, where there were a lot of ideas in this game that were pretty, you know, vanguard for the time, but weren't quite fully baked until later on in the development of Kaizo. And this is one of those. Like, the idea of having the layers interact in this way with the auto-scroller is really, I think, brilliant. But yeah, like, the gameplay doesn't necessarily translate perfectly well, but it's nice.
The gameplay definitely doesn't translate perfectly well, and I think a lot of that's just the length of the auto-scroller. I think if this level were maybe half as long, it would be more palatable.
Oh, you don't want to slip off the glasses, folks.
So we just got another donation from Protoman, $69.
Oh, nice.
Nice. This was an absolute blast to be on, so here's my donation to this wonderful cause. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the very nice donation amount.
It's very nice. Thank you so much, Protoman.
Yeah, and GG on the run to Protoman. That was a great way to kick off the event.
So, in this level, there was that falling mole. Stuff like that, you start... I don't know what your strategy is, Lungfish, but a lot of people will use the timer to kind of figure when they should start their jump.
I actually use when the platform reaches the edge of the screen. I'm pretty sure that's what Calco does. I was watching his run. But I use a lot of timer timings in the Cheeseless Heaven that you will see later on. 5 hours from now, at this rate.
Please don't say that.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm confident.
Yeah, but it's interesting that both strategies work. You can have the graphical cue, you can have the timer cue, you can feel it out, you can guess and then probably die. And that chuck gate is the hardest chuck gate in history, I believe.
I would agree with that for sure.
It doesn't look like much, and Lungfish definitely made that look easy, but trying to progress through that chuck gate is a nightmare.
I remember when Mighty Mouse was watching me run this a couple weeks ago, he said the cloud makes it the hardest part. And yeah, having that difference in elevation that you have to run across makes you really have to control Mario's speed in ways that you don't really have to at any other point in any other game. So yeah, it's an adjustment.
And this part of the level is where things start to get a little bit hectic, if the first wasn't hectic enough. Because those spinies falling down are RNG, because of the Lakitu. And so you don't necessarily know where they're going to be, and you have to kind of adjust. Same with those falling Koopalings. They're not RNG, but they're a little weird.
Yeah, sometimes they don't spawn at all, and they had the good graces to do it for this run.
Yeah, but again, this section is very interesting, and it's very clever, and it uses a lot of mechanics that you don't really see. It's also really long and really slow.
Whenever I think of Kaizo 3, there are a few points in the game that I consider break points, and I call them break points because they end up breaking the people that play this game. And this is the first one of those. Like,
oh, yep.
And that's why.
Yep.
That's exactly why.
We'll get it next time.
That was a very, very good mushroom run there. You kept that mushroom for quite a while. This is being played by Lungfish3000.
LF3K. That's me. I probably.
Hype.
Okay.
I hadn't actually thought about it before, but having to duck under that, under those munchers there when you ride the disco shell, because I never got here with a mushroom.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not too bad because you just duck jump, but like having to account for that input, you know, it does complicate things.
Yeah, it's just little things that during the run I'm noticing that I never had to deal with.
Wow.
Oops. Yeah,
You can save that if that happens by like pulling the first disco off screen, but it's very hard to do.
Yeah, I guess to clarify, the munchers only go to the edge of the screen here as it's scrolling. And so if you get too far over and you get the disco shell with enough momentum, it will fall off and you will fall on the munchers. But this is exactly why this is a breakpoint, as we were talking about. But and I'm going to get a lot of flack for this. I thought this level was fun.
You know, the more I play it, like, I don't mind it. Oof. Oh, no! Oh, that was not a beneficial RNG there.
Oof. Yeah, that's where the RNG can go horribly wrong or work really well. I've had it where neither Koopa spawned, and that was great. So the RNG for the Koopalings, I don't know how that works. The RNG for the Spinies, there's apparently a Lakitu up there, and Lakitus, I believe, work on the global timer, and so he'll just do different things each time. I have no idea how the Koopalings work. I blame subpixels, yes.
Yes.
Let's see those subpixels.
The greatest emote in Kaizo Mario.
It's a really wonderful emote. Yeah, there we go with that disco shell. I don't know why, but this disco shell bounce while you're waiting for the platform to be low enough while the baseball chuck is chucking baseballs. That part always got to me.
Oh my god. Sometimes you win, sometimes. But yeah, that part, it's because it's not actually going down, like, the foreground layer is going up. So the height that you have to bounce for the disco shell feels different as it goes up, making it just awful.
Yeah, it's not pleasant for sure. But it's not even that difficult, at least not as far as disco shell rides go, but it just feels so awkward.
Yeah. Ugh.
But you saw at the end there with those saws, it gets very laggy. Do you find that helpful, Lungfish?
Not particularly.
I've seen some people find it helpful and some not. I found it helpful until it wasn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
No possible way to delay and spin jump. No, you can't do that. Well, I think that even if you could, A, you'd have to damage boost it, and B, I'm not sure how helpful that would be with just how chaotic it is over there.
Yeah, and I think the auto-scroller doesn't move fast enough to make it possible to stay on everything as long as you'd need to.
So
think-
we just got a $31 donation from Lautica. Decide to pitch in to hit 500. Good luck on the event, guys.
Nice.
Thank you so much. And that looks like we hit our goal.
We did.
We have hit our totally arbitrary goal that I made up about 45 minutes before we started streaming. So we can totally blow as far past that as we want to. And I hope we do. But I am thrilled that we hit 500 so fast. Thank you guys so freaking much. Let's go crazy. Let's get as weird as we can, and let's raise a lot of money for a really, really great cause. But thank you guys so much for getting to 500 as fast as we have.
Shout outs to the community. That's
Oh, thank God.
I was gonna feel so bad if you died on those saws while I'm
Oh.
like honestly pouring out my heart and gratitude.
Okay.
I was thinking the same thing with it. It's like, I hope he gets it on this one.
Nigh me once, shame on me. Nigh me twice, shame on me all the way to hell. You know?
Well, you're apparently going there later, aren't you?
Oh, yes. Yes, we are.
So this is High Class Estate, and it's actually where T. Takamoto used to live. Little known lore about this game.
It's free real estate.
Exactly. But he had to abandon it, which is why there's all these ghosts around. And really, to me, this was a breath of fresh air when I got to this level. Because it wasn't Nabana no Sato, and it was fast-paced.
And that is a breath of fresh air for me. Oh my God.
I got so stuck on this fishing booze, and you just made that look really easy.
The rare double fishing boo breath of fresh air.
That was another Calco strat. You know, gotta cite your sources. A lot of Dode and Calco in this run.
There's a lot of Calco as far as strats for this game go. There's a lot of Calco, a lot of Dode.
Yeah.
A lot of just really impressive gameplay and figuring it out.
That last block throw is very tough.
Yeah, that one is terrifying every time. I think I got lucky when I played this. Yep, kept the mushroom.
I'm not gonna declare Cobwebs completely shaken out, but I'm feeling a little better now. Once you get out of Nabana, it feels much better.
It feels much better until you get to Hakata Bay here.
Yeah.
Because this level's not particularly difficult, except for maybe one trick, maybe 1.5 tricks. But as you can see, it's a layer 2 sandbar scrolling level underwater. This palette is this palette is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, there are a lot of good palette choices in this game.
It looks like something, I'll say that much. I'm kind of realizing now that Takamoto seems to really enjoy creating machines, like Rube Goldberg machines.
Oh, we will see that in heaven. Like
Yeah,
you
well-
wouldn't believe. Like, and most people don't realize that because most of the time heaven's skipped over, but it's like, it's a Rube Goldberg's Rube Goldberg.
Yeah, it's
Oh no. Okay. I can save
incredibly
this.
impressive.
Normally you despawn that Rip Van Fish, but got a little sketchy there for a second, but I saved it.
Haven't had to use that Kaizo block for a bit. That's actually a very generous Kaizo block, I think. Okay, so that checkpoint trick got me for ever.
Yeah, as it did right now. It's like you think you got the timing for it, and then you lose it, then you get it back, and you feel confident, and then Takemoto just rakes your heart over the coals.
Hidden blocks indeed can be used for good. Not often, but sometimes. Yeah, that checkpoint trick was, I won't say malicious, but malicious. Simply because of how slow this section is.
Yeah.
But it's probably fine if you just save state it.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine that.
This level is yet another one of those levels that has some really good ideas that I think just maybe need a little tiny bit of polish. Like, having to deal with these fish it's actually pretty cool to me. And there are a lot of different strats.
Hey, you know, Metallica wouldn't exist without Diamond Head, right? Doesn't mean Diamond Head's better than Metallica, but they still did some stuff, right? Right? You with me, everyone? Okay.
I am with you.
Thank you, Darkanine. Thank you. I need that reinforcement.
See, sometimes you just need to have a little bit of positive reinforcement in your life. Which this game does not provide.
You're gonna hear me sighing and breathing deeply after many tricks in this.
So I'm wondering if that pipe is actually intended to kind of be a little troll. Like, you swim over there thinking there's something there, and then the pipe crushes you.
That's happened to me multiple times, actually. You know, it's a nice friendly troll, because you just get the checkpoint and you're fine.
It's more of the funny troll, rather than the malicious, nasty one. It killed you on your playthrough, Hank? I think it killed me once. I don't remember, though. It's been a little bit since I played this game. Yeah, and Proto Man, that's the version that everyone knows and everyone talks about. This trick with getting the mushroom is both easier and harder than it looks, and it's all timing. Made it look easy. Do you have a graphical hint on that? Is that what you use for that?
Yeah, like when the layer 2 is kind of at its apogee, so to speak, I kind of go down maybe 3 or 4 tiles, and then by the time Mario comes back up, you're kind of at the right placement.
That makes sense. And this maze is probably I'd say probably the hardest trick in this level.
Yeah, that's basically an underwater block jump. I didn't realize that tech when I first played this game, and that made it very irksome.
Yeah, and there's Kaizo blocks everywhere in there. And when you have the block, you get sucked down onto that moving layer too. GG. Yeah, it's an underwater block jump because if you don't, you just get sucked down onto the layer 2 and you get stuck. And then you have to jump off anyway. Yes, welcome.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Here we are.
It's a sky tree.
The original.
The original sky tree. You gotta love the original sky tree. It's a Fangorn. But it's not a die tree. Now, this is actually a pretty good sky tree.
Whoa. Yeah, like there's a lot of spawn jank because vertical levels are just like that, but once you figure out how to get everything to line up, it's actually quite enjoyable, I think.
It's enjoyable. It's a little heavy on the block grabs, I think, but overall, yeah, it's not just a sky tree; it's the sky tree. And really, it's not all that tight either. It's tight, but it's not. It's not absurd, I would say.
Whoa, okay.
Oof. Okay, indeed. Yeah, those jumps are hard. Those jumps are hard.
Normally the issue is landing on the ledge as opposed to jumping over the pokey, but
Normally, but I feel that when you're running a game, you find every way to die by the time you're done running it.
oh
Skytree
yeah.
is a real place. Oh, weird. Yeah, those jumps are tricky. The second half, I don't know. I can't remember if I found the second half easier or harder, but I think I liked it better. I don't know if you have thoughts. but-
Yeah, same for me. Sorry, I was just
Yeah.
really dialing it in there.
Yes, please dial it in.
Not out of the woods yet. There we go. There we go.
So we're out of the woods. That chuck was that chuck was not a friendly sight when I had it land on my head.
I've still found ways to die to it, even now. Oh, this is not a good spawn. I think I'm dead, but might be able to solve it. No.
Yeah, these two platforms specifically, the little circle ones, those can get out of sync very easily depending on how fast you get up there.
Whoops. Thankfully, when you die at the beginning of a section, it's much less costly time-wise.
Yeah, Takamoto does have a huge love for pitch and chucks, and I think no game really exemplifies that better than Kaizo 2. But he certainly carried it over into 3 in many ways.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Minnie, thank you for the raid.
Yeah, Minnie My Wild. So, Dark, Minnie, and I are the 3 documented members of the no-hit team for Kaizo 3 Bowser. I'm sure there have been others. But the recent craze, because of Minnie's Kaizo 3 Bowser mods, kinda sent us off on a weird path.
A very weird path. Yeah, Dode and Jeff W as well. Although, mine was just small. I didn't do...
Oh my god.
I didn't do the other one.
Yeah, I've never done a declared shroomless. I have only done the hanging on to everything at the end.
Yeah, hanging on to everything is hard enough, though. I would say it's harder. But you've been getting some good spawns on these circle platforms.
Ugh. There's a scroll manipulation that I missed there on that time, which made it completely impossible to avoid the pitch and chucks there, so we'll get there.
Hey, we just got another $10 donation from Kyle Strand. Kaizo 3 and a fundraiser marathon? Yes, please.
Thank you so much, Kyle, for that donation.
Thank you so much.
And yes, Kaizo 3 and a fundraiser marathon. With Heaven and Hell Cheeseless. Which I am excited to see. I am very excited to see that.
Me too. Wow. I frame jumped off the throw block there. Never done that before.
Oh. It looks like we're getting a third commentator.
Oh, excellent.
Hey,
Hey, Minnie, how's it going?
doing well. How are you?
I am doing well.
Oh my god, Minnie, I am doing okay. You know, could be doing worse.
How's Nabana no Sato?
Oh, not good.
Oh boy.
I mean, not terrible. My first speedrun in Nabana no Sato took 55 minutes in like a 2.5 hour run.
Dang.
So it wasn't that bad. How are you doing, Minnie?
I'm probably doing better than you are, considering you're running this game.
Oh,
Well, I mean, running this game, we can't really say anything until Tokyo happens, I think.
yes.
But you get a very good reward after Tokyo. So Tokyo's after Skytree, I believe, and after
Yes.
that, you get to do a puzzle,
Oh my god.
and after that, you get rewarded with one of the coolest ideas from the trilogy, which we will see later on.
Yeah, the puzzle is definitely a nice break from how painful Tokyo is. There isn't really anything super difficult that you have to do in it. It's just sort of follow the path and then you're done.
Yes, just follow the path. Isn't that all of what Mario is, though? Just follow
I
the
mean,
path.
a lot of Kaizo is just you go a specific path. Only the maze doesn't have a million things flying at you every single second.
That's true. Although, to be fair, there's not really much flying in your face in this level either. I think a lot of the older Kaizo games, especially Kaizo 1 through 3, they have a very different design language than a lot of the newer games that you can see.
For sure.
Kaizo, just do. Yeah, Skytree. This is the danger of Skytree, is these block grabs. And just hitting all of these little tiny things, little tiny targets, making sure that you spawn things correctly, making sure that you don't spawn other things correctly.
And then also making sure that you don't hit any of the Kaizo blocks either.
Yeah, we haven't really seen the Kaizo blocks because Lungfish is really good at this,
Yeah.
but he's been dodging them.
Oh,
Troll at the
Also
end.
GG.
Yep. The best troll at the end. You see the pipe beforehand, but that's not the pipe you come out of.
and yes, if you're not holding right, you will die.
Do you need to hold jump there as well?
I don't think so.
Probably be good too.
Okay, even if you're not religious, I'd like everyone to invoke the power of prayer here. Even if you're just praying to an abstract concept like epistemology, like just channel some energy for me.
So this is the second roadblock in the game that people have given up on the game for. And the reason that this is so awful is that these are RNG dolphin patterns. And you don't know what you're going to get. And all of these tricks are very tough, especially when you have to juggle RNG. And shoutouts. Go on. Nick.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I believe shoutouts to Calco for that scroll strat there.
Yes, that was Calco.
Whoa! There's one of those Kaizo blocks.
Yep.
Oh yes.
I always forget about that one. Also
That
on
doesn't
that
mean one.
that previous platform that that was raising him up.
Oh,
If
no.
you go to the top of that, you get soft locked. So we should not do that.
The other day, I had a deathless run going into the sky tree, had a solid sky tree, and then fell for that. It was a wonderful feeling.
Oh gosh. Yeah, but this level is, for Kaizo 3, it's considered like one of the 3 like big hurdles in this game. There's it's Namano no Sato, this level, and then the Bowser fight. Now, I think anyone that has gotten to Bowser has also beaten Bowser, so... But I mean, at that point, you're so far in, it's like, why give up then? But this is a very, very major roadblock in beating this game.
Yeah, it's a very subversive roadblock too. This was my longest level.
Yeah, mine too. It took me about 10 hours first playthrough. I've also one-shotted in speedruns, so it's one of those things where sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you get lucky. Eventually, dial in what you need to do in order to survive no matter what pattern you get. Or sometimes you just die because the pattern is bad. But it's kind of like Bowser, and we'll definitely see Bowser later, but it's a lot of how do I mitigate the game trying to destroy me.
Exactly, yeah.
Right. Yeah, instead of looking for all of the possibilities that you can survive, it's looking for the possibilities where you are looking for where you don't die. Or, I guess those are the exact same thing. Instead of winning, you try to not lose.
Yeah, and that's that's a lot of what this level is, especially this hallway. And this hallway is
This hallway
Where
is
most
my
people-
god. Man.
it's where people get stuck because this is all very difficult, especially when you don't have a good pattern, and especially when you don't know what the pattern's going to be. And we haven't seen, I don't think we've seen one of the big reasons that hallway is so difficult.
Nope, we have not reached our friend yet. Charles. Oh, Charles!
You thought Charles from Jump was bad.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Nope.
Yeah, Charles is in charge this time. But I think that one trick alone that we're gonna see was around 6 hours of my progression time on this level. So don't underestimate the power of football players. Is really the moral of the story here. All right, little bit of relaxation. There's our buddy Charles.
Oh, thank God.
Oh my gosh.
Chad, I don't think I can say, like, with enough certainty just how crazy good that was. I think everyone in chat needs to give it up for Lungfish right now because that was absolutely incredible.
Oh, thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
And now we get to commit regicide.
Yes. Oh, and I got good RNG. The game has given it back. Oh, that is a gigantic
Oh, nice.
monkey off my back.
Amazing RNG. So now the real game has begun. But yeah, getting that checkpoint is no easy feat, and you just made it look perfect. And every single thing that Lungfish did there was planned out and important. So hitting the chuck early to get him onto his running cycle, and then making him run left was important, and then scrolling the screen so that he despawned. Every single one of those was critical to getting that.
Yeah, it's possible to get to the chuck if you just run without any dolphins, but then if a dolphin nicks you, you won't have the speed, so you need to use a dolphin. It's one of those just reacting in the moments thing, and Oh, feeling much better, and now we get a nice breath of fresh air. The dulcet Virtual Boy tones of Umeda Undermall.
So what's interesting about this is an enormous puzzle, and it's more of a maze, I guess. And a lot of the trick when you're approaching this blind is to figure out what your goal even is. And you can run around for hours in here, just not really knowing what to do. Not even knowing what your goal is, finding a Yoshi, finding random power-ups, finding all sorts of things. But you have to use some big brain to figure out how to accomplish the thing that you need to figure out how to do.
And one thing with the what Mighty Mouse said, without the light on, they're effectively invisible doors. So in certain spots in the level, you have to turn on a light in order to see these invisible. The doors are just solid black, but with this background, you can't see them, so they're effectively invisible. So at the very beginning of the level, it may have looked like Lungfish just sort of entered a door randomly, but that's a black door, so he would normally have had to go to a light in order to turn it on to know where it is, but since he's already played this level a billion times, then he already knows where it is.
So you may have noticed as I got that clear there, Takemoto gave us P in coins after that exit. I'm going to now do the secret exit for the maze, and that P is a clue he gives you. Truth be told, in my blind playthrough, I totally cheated and watched a playthrough, so this was not that hard for me. But if I were to have done that, I would have used that clue, as many have before.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one of the routes, I forget which one it is, but in the original version of this game, there wasn't the secret exit or the Coliseum. So it was either the secret exit or the normal exit. You had to do that, and then you would just get the regular exit. But when the cheese was discovered, Takemoto updated this so that the other exit. So I think it was the secret exit now was the former normal exit. Yes, and that's what he did. He updated it so that you could get the normal exit a lot easier, and then the secret exit was, I think, de-cheesed for the most part. And then...
You see, he has a sense of quality, and he has a heart. Takemoto has a heart.
Takemoto actually fixed his hack.
Yeah.
Well, fixed it, but...
He fixed it.
Every hack deserves a 1.1.
Yes.
Well,
and also the original version broke on original console because of the music.
Yeah, the original Bowser fight music.
Yes, it used a remix of the SMB3 Bowser theme. But because of old ad music, it broke on console.
Fix your game, Tezuka. Right? Right?
Yeah, you need a few more scare quotes there, I think. But yeah.
Yes. Fix is a very loose term.
I don't know. I think Takemoto did an amazing job, considering that clearly he never got testers, because who would test this? And I didn't point it out before, but he learned a lot about learner magic and level design and aesthetics in this game. So you don't see a ton of like stacked munchers, but you can see he clearly knows how to do upside down munchers. But in Hakata Bay, he actively doesn't use upside down munchers where he should, which to me is one of the greatest aesthetic trolls that I can think of in a hack, at least from this time.
A personal anecdote comes to mind that I think is an appropriate analogy. I was a sweatpants kid until high school. And, until I moved from junior high to high school, I wore those sweatpants, even realized they looked terrible. I wasn't going to let others change me. I was going to do it. So, thus Takemoto, right? It's very similar.
Right. This that trick got me because I kept accidentally collecting the coins, but that I've seen a lot of people get stuck on that thing.
Well,
Getting that Yoshi fit.
well, and this next part is much tighter than, you know, it probably should be for the context of what you're doing, but...
I think I've died on this part before.
Oh, so have I.
Yeah, you can see how long this this section is.
Well, also with Takamoto, like as he's like made his games, like Lunar Magic is also updated, so things like stacked munchers, like, oh, that's really bad.
No, I mean the Naked Koopa respawns. It's not terrible.
Oh, it respawns. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot that it respawned.
And even if
Yeah.
it's because of the checkpoint, it's really not that bad, but just annoying.
Yeah. I forgot that it respawned.
Yeah, this part's just kind of weird and out of place, as you were saying.
It's definitely cool, but
Well, I mean, it's stuff like this that makes me think, like, Takemoto, he really knew the game, right?
oh yeah.
He 100% did. He was very knowledgeable about the game. He was very knowledgeable about what he was doing, how to design things. The fact that he used it for evil doesn't really matter.
Doesn't fully salvage him.
But honestly, I doubt he expected anyone other than Kiba to even play this.
And I'm pretty sure that these hacks weren't even supposed to be like made public, for that matter. But I'm not exactly sure how they became public in the first place, but they are now.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks for hanging out, Proto Man. GG.
Yeah, GG,
And-
Proto Man.
And there's what the P means.
Yeah, and then you can get an off-screen key.
I have died in a speedrun on this jump. There we go.
Yeah, this is a jump. It's not that bad by any means, but like it's something that you could die to, and if you do, it's very, very costly.
Oh, yeah.
I died in my blind playthrough while watching a video on that jump. It's worse
Also
when you know what to do.
Invisible coin staircase.
Yep, helper blocks. So this is one of the coolest levels in the game. This is a boss rush of previous bosses from Kaizo 1 and 2.
And these
And-
fights are also nerfed versions. So, for example, this one, at the very left of the screen, you notice there's the log that extends all the way to the horizontal one. In Kaizo 1, or in Kaizo, I forget which one this was, Kaizo 2, I think?
2.
Yeah, that was originally a tile lower, so the shell could go all the way through.
Yeah, these are the, we call them fun versions of the bosses.
Yes.
Especially the last one.
Especially the last one, and especially this one. Because the original version of this is from the end of Kaizo 2. And it's really bad. This one's a lot more fun.
This one's Kaizo 1. There are more blocks.
Yeah, other than that, I don't think it's changed terribly much, though.
Yeah, it's very slight nerfs. Like, this is an actual fun level.
Yeah, it's creative and it's fun to play. And they give you mushrooms if you find them. This is from Kaizo 1 as well, and it's awful in the original incarnation.
I mean, I always thought of it as a very creative concept in Kaizo 1. I mean, I don't think I haven't played that one in Kaizo 1, but it was always a very creative concept to have, like, the Bowser and the axe.
Yeah, there's a lot of Bowsers around. He really liked that spread.
Okay, so I am not getting mushrooms because we're doing this cheeseless. Oh, yeah.
Oh god.
Ugh.
This is what we donated for. This is what we're all waiting for.
Well, I mean, there's really not that much in hell. It's more heaven, but
Yeah, hell is a minor inconvenience, I think.
yeah.
I assume that you're getting the checkpoints in both of these.
Oh yes.
Okay.
No low
I
percent run yet.
I would certainly hope.
Because I'm pretty sure that in both of these, in Hundo with the cheese, I don't think you get either of the checkpoints.
I get the
that's
checkpoints in Hundo, like, basically the only reason why you wouldn't is because the amount of time it takes to get the checkpoint, go back to the break room, get the mushrooms. It's basically like admitting you're going to take a couple deaths. And I admit it. I admit it. Whoop, whoop, and now there's this part.
Yeah, so this is where obviously the theme is ditching Yoshi in really creative ways.
Yeah, this is creative. That's how you describe this.
Really hellish ways. But
Oh, and of course Yoshi dies. Sometimes that happens.
oh, bye Yoshi.
Man, I can't believe you would kill Yoshi like this. This
I
is
know,
so
I
sad.
know. That was all
Yeah, there
me.
we go.
I made a choice.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
get
it's
those.
It's not your fault. Chat donated for this. Remember.
Well, I
That's not
mean,
even-
yeah, that would happen regardless.
Yeah, that's not even the part that they bought.
No, the cheeseless will be me showing how bad I am at Yoshi shell jumps. God.
Yeah, you
And
skip. Go on.
if I remember at the end of this is the only required shell jump, or quote required in any of the Kaizo trilogy.
Yoshi shell jumps are kind of weird. I don't find too much of an issue anymore with them, but I also don't practice them very often.
It's kind of tough for me because normal shell jumps, like, you throw at the top of the jump. Like, with Yoshi, it needs to be slightly before, so it's like just this micromanagement of this skill you've gotten really good at. So, I don't like
Oh.
it.
Well, it's
And Yoshi
2020.
shell jumps also aren't very common either.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
I can't shell jump anymore, so
Oh my god.
yeah, this is why we get the checkpoint.
Yes, it is. Sometimes I just dump him first try, other times this happens. Oh, please, please, please. Thank God.
Stay alive, Yosh. And he just barely gets there. It's interesting that Takamoto, he knew that he wanted to take away your mushroom there. But I wasn't under the impression that it was really hard to turn off midway mushrooms. But I also don't know.
Turning off midway mushrooms is, I think, like a single byte hex edit.
2012 was a long time ago.
Yeah.
This is the part that that will be not cheesing. That. That
Oh
right there.
no!
And this.
Oh. God, that's...
It all looked good, folks. It all looked good.
Oh,
No.
that was the perfect ditch, though. Alright, we got this time.
Yeah, the extra tricks aren't really that tough in hell. Except for the Yoshi shell jump.
Except for that. Well, I don't know. It's very.
Oh, nice.
I think I tried doing that Yoshi ditch once. Oh, there we go. Also, don't soft lock yourself up there. It is very easy to soft lock yourself up there.
Yeah, there is a very nasty Kaizo block right at the end of that section, which is why what looks like should be fairly academic is not.
Yeah, you have to kind of be going downwards when you get to the end, and it's very, very tight. Here we
Whoa, that was not good.
Oops.
That's enough.
I'm doing it for the cause, folks.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, you just wanted to show off the Yoshi shell jump again.
it's free content.
More money for charity.
I also didn't know about this scroll strat for that Chuck Gate.
Yeah, I think that and the high jump for the lick is a Dode strat.
I like it. I like that a lot. Yeah, I guess. Here we go.
There it is.
There.
5.
Worth.
Okay, now here we go, folks. The Kaizo community sent this level downstream in a wicker basket, saying, have a nice life with someone else. That person is me. But like any children, this level can misbehave. So, that being said, here we go.
Yeah, so this is heaven, which obviously is better than hell. And this is the definition of a Rube Goldberg machine, which we will see later. But even this, it's incredible. Now, most people will just fly over all of this using that disco shell and a Yoshi. But Lungfish is not most people.
As far as I'm aware, there are only, I think, like 4 people maybe that have done this without cheese, and Lungfish is the only person that will, I think, ever do it in a run. So...
Oh! So close.
So close. Very good, though.
a solid first attempt.
Yeah, my idea in learning this is for, don't wanna get into trouble with the category, in a non-P-switch run of the game to, like, have a big time save, because in order to get the skip, when you don't get the Switch Palace, you basically have to do the whole secret exit of the maze. And that's a huge time loss. Thankfully, I'm doing the Switch Palace version of this level right now, which would not factor into that, but be that as it may.
Yeah, you can see the strategically placed yellow blocks that are being very helpful.
Actual helper blocks.
Oh my god. Man!
Oof. Yeah, there are a surprising amount of actual helper blocks in this game.
And they're really well placed, which is why I give a lot of props and respect to Takemoto.
Yeah, they're well placed, and I feel that he went a little bit nice on the Kaizo blocks in this one.
There is
they're
one
not-
on that jump specifically, case in point, but don't
Sure.
want to demonstrate that at risk of my own life and health.
Yeah, we don't need to demonstrate it.
It's at this point that I would encourage everyone to go download this for themselves and give it a try, and they can find it on their own playthrough. I may not tell them how long it will take them to get there, but
Man.
Remounting that Yoshi is a trick and a half.
That's another one of those tricks where you get it, then you lose it, then you get it again, then eventually it sticks, but I'm not at that point now.
It is also a trick that may look a lot easier than it actually is. Like, it may seem somewhat straightforward, but it is very much not. It is a very tight trick.
Pretty much everything in this level is a very tight trick.
For sure.
Like getting up
Well-
these switching blocks, that's actually not that easy.
Yeah, it's very, very specific taps of the button. If you even get slightly off, then you're gonna be very out of cycle and then not be able to do anything.
Okay, so you saw that circle of switch blocks there. If you don't go fast, you will get soft locked because Takemoto is pure evil.
Yeah, so this is the this is the fun part.
This is what you all donated for.
Yes, it is.
Now the real Kaizo 3 begins.
I really think it's brilliantly constructed, but as you'll see,
Imagine how much work it was to put this together and make sure it worked, quote unquote.
and it really is fairly consistent. I mean, there's some really cruel stuff in it, but yeah, gotta give some credit.
Yeah, and imagine if you didn't get the yellow switch.
There we go.
It's essentially and there's a Kaizo block under that P switch, because of course there is.
Oh yeah.
This little escort at the end is especially mean if you don't have the yellow switch. I'm just mesmerized by watching this, to be honest.
So am I.
No! So close. Man.
Oh, God.
I have like
None.
I have a bunch of like very close strats, but it's so tight. So just remember how close that was. 3 hours from now when we beat it. I'm joking. I'm joking, Dr. No. I'm joking. FP0. Don't worry.
I think we have a donation in.
We do. TJB $20.69.
Nice.
Hog.
Whoop.
Nice.
That was bad.
Hog.
It is very pog. Oh, oops.
Record scratch. You may wonder how I got in heaven cheeseless. Well, let me tell you.
Also up pipe.
Yeah. The hardest up pipe.
Up pipes are the best.
And we just received another $20 tip or donation. RB Pim. Bleh, I cannot read right
That
now.
would be RB Pimblico.
Yes.
Ribble bobble,
Just
ribble
says
bobble, ribble
app.
bobble, ribble bobble. That's what the RB stands for. Ribble bobble.
It's not what it doesn't stand for.
No, ask him.
Make sure I take that down actually, because that could be useful for ROM Hack Race's commentary going forward. That's good to know.
Oh, man.
Getting that shell to go in the correct direction is very hard.
Yeah, that's one of those where I do have a strat for it, but it's still so tight. It's like you can have a strat for a yump, but it'll only be so effective, right?
I imagine it has to be a feeling it out sort of thing.
Yeah, because I'd imagine that visual cue wouldn't be very accurate. I mean, the best you could do is trying to time it when it bounces on a certain side, but even then, it's moving so fast and they're too close together that you can't really do that.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. I have like a strat where I hit the P switch at just the right time, and then there's a visual cue from the edge of the turn block. But you know, again, even then, you can only get so close.
We got a $5 donation
Oh my
from
God.
King Nern, Lungfish3000.
Aw, thanks, King Nerd.
Lungfi. this is why nobody does Heaven legit. We'll say cheeseless, but it looks so cool when people do. And I'm really impressed with the level design that created this.
Yeah, the fact that this, like, the only ASM that this uses, or at least this level uses, is the on-off blocks. And even then, it's not a lot of ASM. Like, the fact that it works as cleanly as it does, well, for the most part, like... Because normally, like, you'd have some setups that require a bunch of custom things going on in order to make it set up properly.
I think I wouldn't like this level as much if it didn't use the Mario head shell.
Well, is that because of getting of some other thing, or is it always a Mario shell?
It's from the Switch Palace. If you don't get the Switch Palace, they're normal shells, as opposed to the taxidermied Mario heads, created from all the times Mario fails.
Yeah, for some reason, the Switch Palace activates Special World, or activates the Special World completion.
All right, everybody be quiet. Shh. Shh. And there it is. 30 timer seconds for that shell to drop.
GG.
Big GGs.
The mad lad did it.
That was incredible.
Oh.
And your reward is this.
This is a good reward, I think. So I'm going to defend Kyoto.
I love Kyoto as a level.
I feel like everybody that plays Kyoto, by the time they get to the end of it, has to say it wasn't that bad.
But there is a legitimate complaint with those two tile taps you need at the beginning. That is legitimate criticism.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about this level. I like everything else about it. It looks cool, it works well, it's clever. You can find strats through it. It's fun. There's a lot of strategy on when you turn the lava on and off, the layer 2. And it's just impressive to see, and it's fun to play. It reminds me a lot of Dram, to be honest, which I'm sure took a lot of inspiration from this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dram took some inspiration from this, as well as other levels have taken inspiration from this lava on the ceiling and floor moving with layer 2.
You know, there's a great underrated level in Korosu 2. It's the end of the special world. It's Juzz's something, Chris G. I forget the name, I apologize, but that's another great layered lava scroll that I think is just an amazing level.
There's a lot of strategy on when you turn things around, and you can set yourself up to make certain things easier and certain things harder. But really, this run is why I like this level so much.
And we're in there. All right.
All right, it's academic at this point.
Nice.
Who wants to try and explain this? Minnie?
Minnie.
Sure. Okay, so
Oh, I missed
first
the.
off,
Wait.
Bowser takes 5 hits.
Wait, okay.
I missed the manipulation. I was trying for it and I messed it up. The easiest part. So.
Shoutouts to Freaking Hot.
Shoutouts to Freaking Hot.
Everyone follow Freaking Ha on Twitch.
Has the best streams. Consistent
Yes.
schedule.
Plural.
Yes. But yeah, this fight is something. Everything that Bowser does is random. Whether he throws hammers or fire is random. The speed at which hammers move is random. The direction that he moves is random.
Man.
Whether he jumps or not is random. Where the bomb falls is random.
Whoops.
Oh gosh.
I think the only thing that's not random is the spawning of the thwomp.
Well, and
Yes, the thwomp spawns on top of Mario.
yeah, and like there's a rhythm to how things happen. Like I think there's a lot of like consistency in when Bowser does things, which is kind of how you can create consistent strats. Okay, here's the RNG manipulation.
Yes, so Freakin' Ha was playing this and was trying to... I don't know what he was trying to do, but he was trying to think... So, he was trying to figure out a way to make this fight in any way consistent. So, because magic, I was given a disassembly of this fight and looked into the code a little bit. And what we found was Bowser calls RNG every frame that you hold A or B. So, originally the thought was to do frame-perfect jump inputs in order to have the same RNG, but what Freakin' Ha Cosmic brained was if you just hold it from the very beginning, since RNG is reset, it'll be the exact same every single time when you enter the room. So, that's where the strat came from. Now, it only works with the first hit, because bomb position hitting is weird and calls RNG differently, but...
In theory, you could maybe get it past the first hit, but
Yeah,
you would have
in
to do
theory,
things very, very specifically.
I'm making a lot of dumb nerve mistakes here. We're gonna get this soon, don't worry. I'm like
the
more
fight
confident
is-
about this fight than most of the rest of the game, honestly. So.
and this fight will take people like 10, 20, 30, 40 hours to beat once, and Lungfish is gonna do it in, what, 5-10 minutes?
Hopefully no more than that.
Hopefully
Yes.
no more than that.
Yes, Lungfish
Yeah,
is
someone-
Dode mode.
Yeah, Lungfish beat Dode mode. That was something really dumb. I don't know why I decided to... It was a question of, like, if I can make this, like, why shouldn't I? There are a lot of reasons why I shouldn't, but I made it anyway.
It was a lot of fun. I think it's a really good mod. Like one of the actual feasible to play ones in that set. What?
Oh yeah, so Dode mode is basically, with the disassembly, I made it so you could, like, customize the speed values and number of hammers thrown, fire, and stuff like that. So I asked Dode, first off, like, hey, how many hits do you want Bowser to take? And he was just, I think he said 6. Or I think I just said, like, pick a number 6 through 10, and he picked 6, so... That's the number of hits it was. And then I just decided to make it harder.
Yes, making it harder, so everything goes, or the fires go faster, he goes faster, he throws more things. It's a difficult mode. It's really fun though. I played it a little bit. I never beat it.
Oh, Bowser, come on, man. It's a charity event, Bowser. Come on.
No.
We're almost
Bowser
there.
wins.
No,
That was
I
really close.
I am just so glad it's not like 6:15 by the time I got here. Like, this will be done in the next 10 minutes, but I'm just like, after I got through heaven, I was just like, okay, it's just a party now. We're just partying.
By the way, shout out to Dita the Fourth, who made a mod where you can play this fight with the SNES mouse.
Yes.
Why?
D4's
Have
PB,
you met D4?
Yeah, D4's PB
Fair.
of this fight is 4 hits on a mouse. Like, his non-mouse PB is less than his mouse PB, because of course.
Go team mouse and keyboard.
Yeah,
Well, it's a
I've
SNES mouse, so
the first, I think I've
technically it's
also
still
done 4
console.
hits.
Yeah, that's fair. I used
I've been
Mouse would
thinking
be better.
about maybe making it possible to do with the Super Scope.
please no.
It's been something that I thought about, and I was like, I mean, I would need a Super Scope, or a way to emulate it well. And then I'd have to test it on console, but maybe in the future.
So you won't give me my my 2 shroom mode, but you will give a super scope mode.
Yes.
Okay. I see how it goes.
I'm very peculiar in what I make with this stupid fight.
You've made some really good stuff. So Mini has done a lot of customizations. Not only
Yeah.
Goat mode.
Yeah, this fight I have a strong fondness for. I played it way too much. This is like the one Kaizo thing that I'm good at. Or at least I'd like to call myself good at that. Yeah, so I have a mods version of this where there's like ice mode, there's double Bowser, there's invisible, there's Bowser but with dolphins on screen. There's a bunch of really fun things.
Man.
Remove all RNG calls for this.
I think it would be just as bad. I mean, well, not really, because you just learn the inputs.
Yeah, you would just learn the pattern. That good old meme would actually become true.
Bowser endurance mode, so you mean like waiting out the timer? The furthest that I've waited from... I tried it from FFF one time and I got to CXX. I don't remember what I had, but I got to C. So...
That is so ridiculous.
I don't know what it would be from 999 to something else. I'd have to do math, but...
Math is
yeah.
hard.
Maths, as they say across the pond.
Minnie, did you make a 2-player fighting game mod of Kaizo
Yes,
for
I did.
Bowser?
Yes, I did. So, I've already made a version where player 2 can control Bowser, whether you throw hammers, move, jump, fire, all that fun stuff. I also did it with Grand Blue World 2 Bowser and LeChuck, so... Oh, that's a separate game. But it is something that has been done.
And it's really
It's a question of why not. Which one, Atari Bowser? Or Kaizo 3 Bowser, I assume?
Oh, man.
Well, there you go. The last hit is really hard. Really, really hard.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
And I have to blame the Magic Koopa on this one.
The Magic Koopa spawns are always the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, Magic Koopa is probably the worst part of this fight. It can spawn inside of... Yeah, first off, it can spawn inside of you, so... That just makes it the worst. Like, I mean, there are very specific ways to make... Or not to make, but like, specific ways where the Magic Koopa can be in a very good position. It can also be in a very bad one. If they're like on the opposite sides of the screen, then it makes it pretty ridiculous. But if they're like right next to each other and they're staying close by, then it doesn't make it as bad. Or at least from my experience.
And sometimes Bowser just does whatever you need him to do. Not often.
That's not happening here.
No!
Oh.
I should have hit.
Really though, that's Bowser. He never does what you want, except that one time on your first play when you get lucky. I digress.
Unless you're Ryukar.
Unless you're Ryukar. Although
Yeah,
I was lucky here.
For those who don't know, Ryu beat this in like an hour
Oh.
on his blind playthrough, and he's never played it again. Or at least from my awareness.
Yeah, Ryu's smart.
Darkanine, don't you have the second best time though?
I don't actually know.
What was your blind time?
4 hours.
Yeah, I think you have the second fastest.
I think that might be the second best.
Yeah.
Shout out to Third Wall. Your clear of that led to the best Third Wall clip of all time, I think.
Yes.
I felt so bad that day.
So good and so bad.
It was this like, yay, I can't believe that happened. Then all of a sudden, wait, nobody till third floor.
Also, you're able to die after the 5th hit.
Oh my god, man.
That is a thing that can happen and has happened to blind playthroughs and has led to some very, very sad moments.
Very feels bad, mans.
Yes.
Oh, that was bad. Speaking
It'll
of,
take another 20 hours to get another 5 hit that actually wins that time.
Yeah, it's the danger of this fight because you get to the thwomp phase, and you might feel good because it's a few hours in, you're feeling great, you made progress, and then all of a sudden it's 15th, 20 hour, and nothing is improved. It's just there's so much RNG, and unless you're really tuning in everything, you don't truly. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts.
I'm getting some 4 hits regularly. It's coming.
Coming, yeah.
It's coming soon to a stream near you.
This one specifically.
Well, it is the closest stream. I want to read this quote on Wikipedia for Kaizo Mario World. Kaizo Mario World 3, the final game in the series, is widely considered to be the hardest human-beatable Super Mario World Kaizo hack in existence. Citation needed. Being very notable for its final boss fight, which features heavy RNG. The citation needed part is the greatest part of that sentence.
I mean, it still is probably one of the most difficult, but for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, it depends on how we define difficult, because this is a very long fight to progress through, but it's not particularly tricky to figure out what you need to do. It's tricky to figure out how to do it, and how to not die, and how to not get cornered. But overall, the hack, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily the most difficult out there. Like, I can name a handful that I would consider more difficult off the top of my head.
Yeah, Sheffy 2 would be a good example.
Sheffy 2's up there. I would put Responsible up there.
Responsible, Search for Salmon.
Search for Salmon.
Like Hacker's Dream, that sort of stuff.
Hacker's Dreams, yeah.
And Mighty Mouse, I think you have a point there. Like, I don't think that there's a hardest hack. After a certain point, you just kind of start optimizing difficulty in different ways and testing different abilities. High 6per. Haven't seen Cassio.
Yeah, there are very different definitions of hard, or what some people consider difficult versus other people. Like, for example, like, I'm trying to think of something. Like, Sheffy 2 and Search for Salmon are both very, very difficult hacks, but they have very, very different styles of difficulty. Like, Sheffy 2 is very, has a lot of custom ASM and physics and requires a lot of difficult tricks using that. And Search for Salmon's a lot more vanilla, but still very difficult.
Alright, we're gonna do this!
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do this. And this is what Bowser does sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes Bowser just Bowser just.
Yeah. It's either gonna happen or it's not gonna happen, and it's gonna happen. It'll just take some time.
But this is also why this game is so hard to speedrun, and probably why a lot of people don't. Because imagine grinding down your time in every single thing aside from this, and then you just immediately lose a run.
Yeah, this is a very prime example of I lost the run to RNG. There are a lot of things. There's literally nothing you can do.
Yeah, you just have to kind of hope that you didn't put yourself into a situation that he's going to hit you. Which is very hard to do when you don't know what he's going to do.
Oh, damn it. Alright, we're still good. We're in control. No! Wow.
No! the little delay, and I hear the no.
Man.
Man, that's why I think Magic Koopa is the worst part of this fight, because you can lose your bomb to both him and his magic.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. That's a very big reason why Magic Koopa's dead.
He's bad for many reasons, but
Yeah.
if we had to rank, and everyone knows that we have to rank,
This fight is bad for many reasons.
it's bad, and yet there was a time when I couldn't stop playing it. So I don't know what that says about either me or the game.
I'm still at that point.
I think Bowser knows, and he just doesn't care that we're on a time budget.
Bowser just does what Bowser wants to do.
Bowser's not a fan of charity, I guess, which is a big shame. I guess the one nice thing about the bombs is that they can block fire if you are lucky, and it's nice. I'm trying to find...
What I can do is I could put you as a smaller stream in the corner while the other race goes on, so that we can see your victory when it does come through.
Give me 2 more shots, and then
Sure.
we resort to that, if that's okay.
Sure.
All right, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at this, and this is... Yeah, no blame.
Yeah, I mean, Bowser's Bowser. Sometimes you one-shot him, sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you hitless him, sometimes the 2 damage boosts aren't nearly enough.
Yeah, when I was doing it without the manipulation, I've lost both mushrooms on the first phase, and then that came right after getting to the fourth phase, last hit. Using the terms phase and hit are complicated for me in this fight.
Yeah.
And it also depends on if it's going to be 0 indexed or not. Is the beginning phase 0? Is it phase 1?
Phase 0 is the sprite initialization.
I may have to play this again after this.
So do I. I'm sitting here, I'm like, maybe I should play this again.
Man.
You got this.
Oh, that would look like a gross.
Oh,
God.
it's just everything all at once right there. Phase 0 is when you regret all life choices leading up to the fight.
I regret all life choices when trying to play this game at all.
All right.
This fight is very fun.
This fight is fun once you've beaten it once. Like, I know Third Wall, like, I don't think that he really liked this fight on his first playthrough, but after he beat it, he now has like a points reward to redeem himself playing it just for quote-unquote fun. Yeah, after you've won, there's no stress of like whether or not you beat it. So
The only stress comes when you're in a run and it actually matters again.
well, yeah. But that's if you decide.
Whoa!
Oh.
Oops.
Oh my
I've
god,
done
I
that
did it
before.
twice. I did it twice. My controller is dying as you watch it.
Oh god.
So you're literally throwing the attempts.
There are very, very few instances where throwing the bomb upward is
Oh my
actually
God.
a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a good strategy to know, though, in case one of those instances happens to occur.
Yeah.
Right. We got it this time. We got it.
This is the one.
If this is the one,
This is
I've
the
got
one.
another. If this is the one, I've got another 50 for the charity.
Oh. Here's a great proposal for fundraising. Donate $1 for every hammer.
I am not that rich.
Maybe a penny. That'll still add up.
Yeah. Because it starts out with what, 3, then 4, then 5. What's the max
Yeah.
hammers that he throws
It's just 5. Well, for
5.
regular.
for regular? Of course, because
Because we now have to differentiate the two.
you know you've made that a thing now.
It is definitely a thing that exists.
Dark
I think I made
9! There it is!
There it is. I owe 50 to I owe 50 to charity.
I'm sorry, man! I'm so
He
sorry!
kept the mushroom. Ended the
Kept
fight
the
big.
mushroom.
GG.
GG.
Very nice, very nice. And I just set up the lungfish cam on the other one.
Oh, awesome. I maintained some semblance of pride. No, thank you so much. I'm so glad to do this for this cause. It's so important right now. Like, there are so many people incarcerated with just awaiting trial because they can't afford bail. Like, it's such an important cause that we're raising money for. So I'm really glad to be able to do this and to beat Bowser finally for all of you after going 9 minutes over. So thanks again, everybody.
Don't worry about it.
Do not worry whatsoever about going over. It was a phenomenal run. At most, the second RTA run of Kaizo 3 at any marathon ever. Possibly the first ever RTA run of Kaizo 3 at a marathon. We're not sure.
That's true. That's
And there's no reason to ever do Heaven or Hell cheeseless and get the P-switch. Like, there's no reason anyone should ever do that. I probably won't do it again after this. So, so yeah, it's really been it's really been an honor.
your soul for a little more than the donation we put down.
Yeah, so
Thank you so much.
oh, thank you guys. All right, take care, everybody. I hope Mighty Mouse and BK tear it up. I can't wait myself.
Yep.
All right,
Look.
then we are going to go over and switch, set up the next event real quick, and we will be right back.